everyone. Welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and we're going to be talking about re-signing players in the offseason here. Unfortunately, we're in the offseason, but we're going to be talking about Nikita Zadorov first and foremost because I think it's one of the most important signings that the Vancouver Canucks can do, or possibly do, I should say. But you know me, I want to dive into this kind of content. Of course, I'm sad that we can't watch any more Canucks hockey because the Edmonton Oilers eliminated us last night. I've got so much content coming out. Trust me, you got to hit that like and subscribe, everyone, because these kind of topics, I think this offseason for Vancouver, like last offseason, is going to be full of massive stories. Like massive stories are coming our way. So just be aware that that's going to happen. And I'm going to be making content of that. So stay tuned here. If you like Canucks content that is passionate, realistic, and honest, definitely hit that like and subscribe. And of course, follow my socials, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, all of it. Just go to search Kempner Canucks. And yeah, it'll be great. So last night did our post-game show of Game 7. Had my friend Kenny on. We've had over 1,000 people watch that. Thank you so much for watching it. But we got to start diving in to the big questions of the offseason. And I know everyone wants to talk about this. I'm one of those people that want to talk about this. So here's the big question. And and I'll tell you what I mean by yes or no, is Zadorov worth $6 million times 6 years? $6 million times 6 years. Now, this is the Tyler Myers contract that was given to Tyler, and he did not produce until this year. This is a massive contract. And so the reason why I made this video is to talk about Zadorov breakdown. I'm going to break down the stats. I'm going to break down, just some of the things here that you'll want to see. But the reports keep changing. See, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. People are like, yeah, Zadorov's worth $6 million times 6 years. Where do people come up with these contracts? Oh, yeah, that's what they want now. Well, I'm not sure. This is the part of negotiations, everyone. I'm just not buying that that's what he's asking for. Now, Zadorov is just finished his contract. He's an unrestricted free agent, right? And he made $3.75 million with the Calgary Flames, and that contract extended over us. And he was a trade that we made early on. Didn't wait till the trade deadline. Loved it. I believe we gave up a third and a fifth for him, which I'm totally fine with doing because he brings in he's a playoff guy. He's an intimidating force. He's someone that you want to have on your team, right? So I want you to post in the comments, if you were the Canucks GM, what would you pay Zadorov, and add the term. Don't just say, oh, I'd only pay him, I pay him 7 or I pay him 3 or whatever you want, 3.5, 4.5, whatever you want to put, but make sure you add how many years. Because all the rumors until this moment of this last few days, was that Zadorov was asking for $5 million a year times 5 years. And I was hoping that we get him for about 4.5 times 4 or 5 years. That's what I was hoping. Now, obviously, recency bias, production in the playoffs, fan favorite, all these things. I mean, he's getting a pay increase, right? That we know that that's happening. He's worth it. Now, I'll show you some things about the stats in a moment with Calgary, Vancouver playoffs, okay? But I just want to remind you that Nikita Zadorov is 29 years old. He's 6'6", and I believe he's 248 pounds. That's what one website said. He's a left-handed shot defenseman, okay? And then he's from Russia, okay? He's from Russia. Now, if you know me, you've been knowing that for a very long time, before everyone else jumped on the bandwagon, I was saying sign Zadorov right now. In fact, I went to Game 5, and excuse me, by the way, I'm sick today. If you can hear the raspiness in the voice, not feeling good. I was going to do a couple videos tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull them off. Here's the thing. This is what I went to game 5 and I made this sign because I've been saying this. Like after those goals in the playoffs, I was like, Alvin and Rutherford should go down while he's on the bench, offer him a contract, ask him to sign on the dotted line. Because the longer this goes on, the more this is going up. This guy needs to be a Vancouver Canuck going into next season. So I went in and I was hoping this picture would go viral because really at the end of the day, by the way, Canucks Digest, thanks for showing this on your channel, on your video. I appreciate that. But here's the thing. Like these kind of players like Zadorov don't grow on trees. You can't, it's hard to obtain them. Listen, he's going to sign somewhere. I think he should be in that Orca jersey, that black skate jersey. He needs to be in Vancouver. The question is, how much is he going to ask for? And would you sign him for the Zadorov for 6 times 6? I'm hoping that he does 5 times 5. Now, as a 29-year-old, that means that he's 34 when the contract ends. Of course, he's trying to get as much money and term as possible, and I totally understand that. Now, December 1st, I made this video here, everyone. Excuse me. December 1st, 2023, I made this one called Rental or Resign. This one's in regards to Zadorov. And the thing is, he looks like Drago off of Rocky, does he not? Like I put Drago's body there and his head on top, and he talks similar to him, not the same, but he's like that intimidating big guy force. Like, and the thing about Drago is he's not real, but Zadorov is, and he intimidates the other team. He hits like a Mack truck. He is unbelievably talented and big, and I love how he skates. He's just so smooth out there. Now, here's the thing. Because that's when we traded for him, I was like, is this just a rental or are we re-signing him? And it all depends on term and contract. I think every Canucks fan wants to keep him. By the way, there's already 23 comments in here, maybe a few more. I'm going to get to them. But excuse me. I wanted to just to kind of talk about this first. I want to show you a few things, and then I'll get into the comments, okay? And I really appreciate it, everyone being here. And if you're watching this later, please post in the comments what you think the term is, what you would pay for him. But, man, Drago, he is awesome. I mean, Zadorov is awesome in my books. So I want the Vancouver Canucks to sign him, and there's no doubt about that. But we need to understand other fans from the other teams he's played for are telling us, don't make the same mistake that we did, Colorado and Calgary. Sign Zadorov now. You don't think Colorado wouldn't love to have Zadorov right now? You don't think the Calgary Flames, you know what I mean, wouldn't want Zadorov back? Of course, he's a fan favorite. There's a reason why. It's the way that he plays. He is tenacious out there. So we cannot make the same mistake, in my opinion. Okay? Now let's dive into the stats. Which one should I do for? I guess I have this one as my main one here. All right. So as you see here, when he played for Calgary this season, he played 21 games. He had 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points. He had 53 hits in 21 games. Okay. His penalty minutes were 23. He had 19 block shots. He averaged 18 minutes per game. And he had 29 shots. He played 54 more games with the Vancouver Canucks. He had 14 points, 5 of them were goals, 124 hits. So that's what 77 hits this season. 102 penalty minutes with Vancouver, 49 block shots, 61 shots in total. Only played 17 minutes. Then the playoffs happened. Look at this production, everyone. In 13 games, he had 8 points, more than he had in 21 games in Calgary. 4 goals, by the way, all of them were incredible. absolutely incredible. Clutch goals, honestly. 8 points, 45 hits, and then he had 26 penalty minutes, 18 block shots, 21 shots, and he averaged 20 minutes a game. I think it's important to look at this for a moment. This is the kind of player you get with Vancouver. I think one of the reasons why he's got better production in the playoffs is because he's a playoff type player. He needs to be playing in the playoffs. Also, I think having Coach Rick Tocchet and his system and Adam Foote and Gonchar there has helped him tremendously. In fact, one of the main things that people criticized Zadorov about is that he turned the puck over too much. It was really obvious. I remember of all the games we've watched Zadorov, maybe two, probably just one where I'm like, wow, he was not good tonight. Now, just stop for a moment. How many times have you said that Myers had a great night? Now, this season, a lot more, right? But like Zadorov, I'm telling you, once or twice, I'm like, he didn't have a good night. Every night he came to play. What is the difference of him playing in Calgary than it is playing in Vancouver? Now, granted, I think Calgary's teams weren't as good as Vancouver's, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Definitely not this year. We were much better, right? So if you look at these stats, like these are the kind of stats you want in the playoffs, right? And if he wasn't standing in front of net, we might be might have gone to overtime because it hit his leg. But oh well, whatever. I love Zadorov. We need to re-sign this guy. Now, the big question is for how much? How much are we going to re-sign Zadorov for? Anything at like $4.5 million for 4 or 5 years, I'm in. I would even go 6 years at $4.5 million. I would totally do that. Once you get to 5, you got to be careful. 5 times 5, I'm there. The 6 times 6, I get a little nervous. Because what happens if he gets injured? He plays a physical style of hockey. He hasn't had really bad injuries yet. He usually gives other people, he injures other people. That's a concern. The older you get, the more you can have injuries. It's a fast-paced, hard-hitting game. I mean, look at Lindros, for example, right? Huge man. And the question is he going to be the guy? Is he going to be the guy that's going to get those concussions or a knee injury or whatever it is? When you play aggressive like that, sometimes. Now, granted, I think that the conditioning's better. We know more about our bodies now. We keep people out when it comes to concussions, that whole thing. So as you can see, I mean, I'm the guy at the stadium, the only one holding up this sign. Like people say, we love Zadorov, and I'm like, sign him now. What do you guys think? So I'm going to dive into some comments. So glad that each one of you are here. By the way, Stuart is the first one here, and I believe you live on Vancouver Island. Welcome to the channel, to the stream, to the video, man. Victor says Zadorov was a beast out there. We won't be the only team on him. You're right, and we need to sign him before he goes to open market. I agree. Dell believes that getting Lindholm is more important. I want you to know, Dell, I disagree with that statement, even though I like Lindholm. Again, Lindholm is the price tag. It depends what he wants and what we can afford. Because if you sign Lindholm to big money, and I know most Canuck fans don't want us to sign Hronek to big money, but what if they do? Then we can't keep everyone. You need to understand there's going to be big changes on this roster. It might be Lindholm, but we'll see. Speaking of which, by the way, before I get into that, I am working on this video right here, everyone. Actually, you can't see it because I hit the wrong button. It is right here. This is what I'm working on. So stay tuned for this week. We're going to be talking about all the UFAs, RFAs, and who to keep and who not to keep. Okay, so Dell thinks Lindholm is more important. Let someone else overpay for Z? No. Wiggly Sticks, no, you don't think he's worth $6 million. Victor, not worth that. Okay. And the reason why maybe Victor, maybe Wiggly, Dell, you're thinking this way is because why? I mean, he brings a lot to the table, right? He is a second line pairing or a third line pairing guy. He's not typically a first line pairing guy, but neither was Tyler Myers when we gave him 6. So I'm just saying. Yes, we're going to be talking about Dakota Joshua. Okay. Zadorov, personalized. Hey, good to see you, by the way. Zadorov, under the contract Canucks salary budget, should receive a starting offer of $4.75 million per 4 years. However, the max offer should be no more than $6.125 for 5 years. Okay, I like that. So Dale, I'm not really into 6, but if that means landing them and not landing him, I would love him. Victor, you're still annoyed over the whole OEL buyout hampering our cap hit. I mean, if we weren't, we wouldn't be able to get the players we had. I don't think would have we been able to make the playoffs and do what we did. That means we wouldn't have got Lindholm. We wouldn't have got some of these players because we didn't have the money to move. In fact, I think Zadorov was one of those guys. Angelo says 5.5 million, 5 years, bridge deal. Okay. Daniel says Zaddy for a 5 times 5. 6 is a bit steep based on the regular season. I might do it if it means losing him, though. He was great in the playoffs. I'd still rather pay him 6 than Hronek 7 or 8. That's a great point. Victor coming in hot with the 5 million by 3. And does Zadorov want to stay? That's the other question, right, everyone? That is second pairing money. Not sure he is. I think he's a second line pairing guy, honestly. I mean, he's better than Susie. And in my opinion, he's better than Myers. So play him second line. I have no problem doing that. Justin, 5 times 5 for 4 years. Okay, I like it. I like it. Not even worth that. Not worth a big contract. Wow. What do you think, Wiggly, that he's worth? By the way, that's a hilarious name. If the Canucks do not offer close to $6 million or at least 5 years, he will go elsewhere as the offer will be there for him. Yeah, he might get more money somewhere else, but here's the thing. Do you want to play in Vancouver or do you want to play somewhere else? He loves playing in Canada. I'm sure he loves playing against the Edmonton Oilers. He wants revenge. You'd have to go to Seattle or Vegas but who can afford him? That's the thing. Like, is he going to be happy if he goes to Carolina or the Islanders or, name some teams out there, right? Is that where he wants to play? I don't know. I don't know. Callum. I know, man. It sucks that we lost. I'm with you. Stages of grief for sure. For sure, bro. We got to move on. I gotta make more content. It sucks that we're not going to watch them. I think Thursday it's going to sting when they're playing. The Oilers are playing Dallas. It's going to hurt. Will he take a team deal? I doubt it. I think that's why Calgary got rid of him because I don't know what. Like, Calgary wouldn't pay him 5 times 5, but we would. Dude, we already overpay players. We're overpaying Pettersson. Well, I guess that's it. I mean, Myers has been an overpay. Yeah, getting Susie for $3 million is perfect. He can do that again. I don't think Susie's as good as Zadorov. Just saying. And Susie was injured for a major chunk of the season. Actually, I think he was injured twice. That's the thing. True. For perspective, at age 29, Tyler Myers got 6.5 for 5 years. That was 5 years ago. That's a good point. I think he got 6 times 6, by the way. It was 6 times 6. But I could be wrong. Angela wants us to trade Hronek to Nashville that would be awesome. I would do that in a heartbeat. I don't think they would. I don't think they would at all. Yeah, we overpaid. Yeah, we overpaid Tyler Myers. Exactly. I don't think we're overpaying Zadorov. We didn't see Myers in our system. I'm telling you, we've seen him in our system. Now that's no, that's how much. Yeah, that's how much free agents cost. That's exactly. Mark, welcome to the stream, buddy. So good to have you here. 5 times 4. Okay. Oh, I'm really not feeling good. Okay. Buying a new Mack truck would be cheaper than Zadorov at 6. Yeah, I know. Would the NHL allow us to put on a Mack truck? And can he turn as quickly as Zadorov? I don't think they can. So, but yeah, it's true. Fabro is cheaper right-handed shot defenseman over Hronek. Yes, we're talking about Zadorov here, but we have to do something like that if we end up signing Zadorov. We should be trying to sign a scoring winger with size so that PD has a line mate. Dell, we'll be talking about that. That's a good point. I do like that. You guys all want to get into all the conversations now. I've got to do all the research. I got to figure it all out right now. People are just posting content with not a lot to back it up right now. If you want realistic, honest, deep stuff, guys, I'm going to be coming with it. Okay, I'm going to be coming with it. Victor, don't think Hronek will be worth whatever he's asking. Take Big Z over many. That's most of the fan base believes that 100%. Who would you rather have, Hronek or Zadorov? I'm telling you right now, 95% of Canuck fans would say Zadorov. Even though Hronek is a right-handed shot defenseman. A1, I agree. It's not ideal. 6 times 6 is a disaster. I don't know if it's a disaster, but I'm not buying it. I don't think that's how much he's going to end up costing. I think he's going to sign with Vancouver for cheaper. You just said it. And NHL rumors do have Calgary eyeing Zadorov and putting in an offer. Okay, there you go. But they can't talk to them until the right time, right? Hronek's not going anywhere. He's an RFA. He'll be settled. Yeah, exactly. And he's going to make $7 to $8 million a year, Dell. So the thing is do we trade him or do we keep him? That's a good question, right? And I don't think that Hronek should be making more than Miller and Hughes. But yeah, I don't think so. So Bing Tang Warrior, good to see you. You believe $5 million or $4 million at 5 years. I would do that in a heartbeat. I hope you're right. I think he's going to ask for more. Yeah, they can. They can re-sign him anytime. Hot take here. I don't think any of the UFAs will come back. Okay, Jack? That's a possibility. That's something I haven't thought about. I'll think about that a little bit more. Good to have you here. Depends on what agreements are made during the trade, which was not any that I remember. Just looking up trade for I don't. Here we go. Vancouver Canucks have required the Flames. Blah, blah, blah. No conditional draft picks, so they can bring them back. Okay, Myers iced that puck that set up one of Edmonton's Game 7 goals. Myers got to give us a hometown discount, and what if he doesn't? People feared our big defenseman, so I think you got to keep at least one or both of those guys, right? Myers or Zadorov. That's what I think. I'm on Zadorov, and it's not close for me. 5.5 times 4 years. I like that. I would do that. Drew, if he gets injured, he come off the cap, though. No, it depends if he's on LTIR. It depends. Like Susie, yeah, I guess Susie was on LTIR, wasn't he? Yeah, I just think like we're talking like long-term injuries and it still hurts, right? Still too high, he thinks. Well, I'm looking for you to make a comment. So hopefully you can put it in here. Could someone explain the options we have with Hronek as an RFA? 1 more year at current money. No, I think it works that he has to go to arbitration if they can't figure it out. Yeah, they're going to go to arbitration, or they're going to give him a contract, or they're going to trade him. Those are the 3 options. Miller's got to go. He cost the series. Okay. So you're going to get rid of Wiggly. You're going to get rid of Zadorov and Myers. What are you going to do? You're going to overpay Hronek and then get anyone? Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, sorry, everyone. I bet Kempner will do a segment on her own. Oh, yeah. I'm just focusing on Zadorov here. I know that it all matters, okay? Yeah. Just replying to the other home. Yeah. No. It's cool. That's cool. And you're welcome to ask this. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? No discount. He just needs to go, okay? And I think you're talking about Myers there. I'm encouraging you to ask, though, Gary. It's a great idea. Yep. Okay. Hey, guys, Canucks Connection just started his own channel. Just posted his first video about the reaction. He did a reaction video. His name is Joe, and I had him on the show, and he's a great guy. So if you want a new Canucks channel to follow, definitely check out Canucks Connection. I subscribed today. I'm hearing they are prioritizing forwards above defense this offseason, but I am 100% on board with bringing Z back. Interesting. Okay, but so let's talk about this just for a second then, Joe, because so I'm hearing but they're still prioritizing defensemen. That's the key, right? So I think they're going to they're out of Hronek, Myers and Zadorov and Cole, right? Are you bringing none of them back? One of them back? Two of them back? Three of them back? Like what? They got to bring some, or else they're going to be searching. Like Susie, I don't know if Susie's the answer, but we'll see. If it's Hughes, Hronek, Susie, and then guys from the AHL, like, is that what, are you hoping that? I mean, I think Juleson is going to end up being one of our top 6 forwards next year just because of cost. Not forwards, defensemen, I meant. Top 6 defensemen. Bottom pairing defenseman. But Canucks would have to get rid of Myers to sign. That's fine. I have no problem doing that. Got to bring Myers and Zadorov over Hronek. I'm okay with that as well. If Zadorov wants too much, let him walk. If he's in range, keep him. Yeah, I agree, Jack. That's what we're talking about. Salary cap flexibility is huge. We need a big winger. There are so many good ones out there right now. Right now, they might re-sign with their teams, Jack. That list, and I'm going to go through that list. Trust me. I'm telling you right now, I don't think a lot of the guys that you're hoping that are going to be there are going to stay on the open market. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I don't think there's a must to bring Myers back at all. Don't overpay. Okay, yeah. Saying Myers wasn't first pair isn't a good example. Myers at $6 million was one of the worst signings we ever made. Yes, Myers, you cannot keep Myers and play him on the top line. You can't give him more minutes. The amount of minutes he gets right now is what you want. It's what you want, everyone. So Ryan believes that Zadorov is worth it. Give him whatever he wants. Ryan, I understand you want him. Don't get me wrong. But you can't just open up a checkbook and say, here's $7 million, $8 million. That's bad business. Hronek, not for more. Yeah. I agree with that statement. Stewart wants to give him 5. Zadorov is definitely worth it. People act like it's their money, right? And the cap doesn't go up every year. It doesn't, but with the OEL contract, it hurt us. Mikheyev is an overpay, Ryan. You're right. Calgary got rid of Z because he stated he wanted out of Calgary. The reason why, though, Joe, and I've watched a number of videos on it, and I've even heard it from his mouth, was that they never offered him a contract and he wanted to sign a contract. So they never offered it to him. So that's why he wanted out of Calgary. It's like, we haven't talked contracts, so get me out of here. And all the rumors were like, everyone's going, and the next, Tanev goes and Lindholm goes and all these guys go. Why would you want to stay there? And it's not just for the money. He could have stayed and got the money. Hey, Kemp. Hey, Lucas. I'm just thankful for a great season. Here's to a great summer. It's going to be a great summer. There's lots to talk about, as you and I have been messaging back and forth today. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a great summer. That McDonough trade, thanks for sending it to me. I hadn't heard about it yet. That was wild. Went to Tampa Bay. Wow, that was a good addition for Tampa Bay. $4.5 million, Tim says, for 5 years, or $6 million for 3. Okay, I like both of those. Mikheyev and Myers were Benning signings. I expect Rutherford to do better. Dell, I like that. And one of the trades was Zadorov. So just saying. Okay. Nemechkov in Winnipeg, could see him going there if they give him an offer he likes, but not likely. I mean, yeah, good. But then you got to live in Winnipeg compared to Vancouver. I don't know. I think Calgary is a better city than Winnipeg, right? Am I wrong? I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just asking a question. Is that where you want to live? Because I don't. Not right now. Yeah, I hope Tanev gets another kick at the cup too. I predicted Florida over Dallas to start the playoffs. So I think he's going to go there. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people want us to sign Tanev, but I think he's getting a raise too. And he's older and he's had major injury histories, but he's awesome when he's healthy. I would love to have him. What would Zadorov be worth on a cup contender? I don't know. Isn't that team the Vancouver Canucks? I'm sorry. Well, it could be next year. Depends on what we do. Dell, okay. Here's the backup. I look at entire career, not just recent playoffs. Historically, he is a third. And you're right. You're right. But we're not signing him because he started in Buffalo and he played in Colorado as a young man. We're signing him now as a 29-year-old behemoth of a man who is intimidating and a monster on the ice. Like, these guys do not grow on trees. If you had an opportunity to go get Tripzzz, wouldn't you go get him? I would. You need guys like that who can hit. You got guys like the Oilers, for example. Desjardins, he's unbelievably big. He caused a lot of troubles for Vancouver. Like, these are the guys you need on your team. So I'm not looking at, like, I've looked at the history and I don't care. I don't care. Because even if you looked at the Calgary to now, he's in a new system with better coaching on a better team. And he played really well this year, Dell. So I'm sorry, I got really passionate there. I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying you can't have that argument because I don't care what he did in the first couple of years of Colorado. Zadorov and Joshua are the only UFAs I bring back. Jack, I'm okay with that right now. And I trade Hronek too. $8 million is crazy. Yep. Yeah. We need some good wingers come our way. Dingbat says, I think we're going to sign Zadorov and let Hronek walk. You can't let him walk. You either have to pay him arbitration because he's an RFA, or you have to sign or trade him. Trade him, or you have to sign him. That's the thing. 4.5 times 5, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. And we'll bring up D. Petey and we'll Vilander to fill in Cole and Hronek. I could see that happening. I don't know if that'll make us better. They say that the rumors say, and this is what we're saying here, the light comes in and says, rather drink. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't ever want to do that, but Hronek wants $8 million a year. Ryan, $8 million a year. Gary wants to know, what kind of cat pee are you willing to drink? Hot or cold? It makes a difference, apparently. Myers works good with Tokic, could be a good mentor, rookie. I mean, Zadorov will be good for that too if we overpay Hronek. Yeah, that's the. If you guys are worried about overpaying, it's the Hronek deal you should be most friendly. I don't mind that he said that, by the way. I don't mind that he said that. It's not how I talk, but he's welcome to talk that way. If we have some flexibility during the offseason, we'll see what happens. I think we're in a good position. Bottoms up, scalding hot. If we find some way to shift Hronek, then I agree, Lucas, we will have more room to work magic than we think. Yep. Hronek can be offer sheeted or traded too. That's true. No one's going to do that. But if they do, that would be in the best interest of the Vancouver Canucks, let's be honest. I'd want to offer reasonable. Again, what is a reasonable price, Wiggly? Post it in here. You can't just say, I know you can't. Well, what is it? I wouldn't want Tyler, I want Myers unit for free. Wow. That's crazy talk. I never want to see Ian Cole, Sam Lafferty, or Mikheyev wear a Canucks jersey again. Okay, I understand the frustration. Should have lots of trade value. No emotional signings. Okay, you're welcome, Joe. You're welcome. I don't know. I don't think he's going to take. He wants to take a hometown discount, but we'll see. See. They need to find a winger for Petey first. I believe that's what they are thinking. I mean, in theory, so you're going to wait until July 1st before you sign any of our defensemen? I think that's bad business, Joe. Don't you think? Like, I get, but you can't sign one of those wingers until after July 1st, right? I think it's July 1st. Is it June 1st? I think it's July 1st. Canucks will have Lecker next year. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Our farm D is looking solid. I think guys like D. Petey is good. Vilander might be good, but I don't think he's ready for next year. He's going to play in there first. Wolanin, I like him a lot. I don't think Jet Wu is going to play in the NHL as a regular. Hirose is another guy that everyone kept talking about, but he's, again, smaller. I think he's a left-handed shot defenseman as well. Hronek and Z are the priority. Drew says, I would resign Cole or Myers only after the rest of them is fixed. Okay. East Van comes in and says, wouldn't give Zadorov more than 5. Okay. I think he resigns Zadorov and Myers. Hronek should be traded and Cole should sign with Edmonton. That's a good one. Jolson will need number 6 or 7 again next year. It depends on his offseason. Yeah. I think he's going to be a number 6 defenseman for us, Joe, because of the contract, and we saw great improvement this year from him. Cole scored more than Quinn in the playoffs. Sure. Yeah, he doesn't walk anyone. He doesn't walk. He's an RFA. There's no walking. He's not a UFA. He's an RFA. So what's Zadorov making now? $3.75 million right now. He is not signing back for that. It's why he left Calgary, because they didn't want to sign him to big money. Now, the ones I'm talking about are the Gensel, Marchie, Ehlers, and Marner are not coming to Vancouver, man. $10.6 million or whatever he makes. $10 million player. Ehlers isn't going anywhere. Gensel, I don't even think Gensel's going anywhere. Are you talking Marchie? Are you talking about Ofshane? I'd be shocked if Boston got rid of him. I don't think they're going to be available. I don't think those on that list. I think none of those guys are available. Not one. I'll do a video on it, Jack, so you know. Okay, it's a winger market free agent this year. I agree there'll be some wingers, but they won't be those guys. And those guys we can't afford anyways. Yeah, exactly. He wanted to play there, but he did not feel valid as there was no contract offer. He enjoys the city. Yeah. No, it's 3.75 million. Yeah, I think, Drew, he wants to play for Vancouver too. I think so. Okay, here's the prediction. Joe says he's resigned for 4 years times 5.6, just a hunch. I like that. If I had my choice, I'd live in Calgary. This coming from a guy who's lived in the Lower Mainland, BC, as well as currently lives in Edmonton. Yeah, but what about Winnipeg? Is it below all 3 of those? That's what we're talking about, right? No, Canucks are no contender and will be worse next year. You don't know that. You don't know that. The core is together and signed. It's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen for sure. I don't think you can say that. You can say whatever you want right now. I don't think it's accurate to say right now. But still waiting for you to say how much you'd like to sign Zadorov for. Although it was nice to have big defensemen, we need more mobility back there. Lots of times our defenseman wasn't quick enough to make the move on Edmonton's forecheck. But Zadorov's fast enough, big enough, strong enough. So, yeah, some of them weren't, but that's not Zadorov. That's why we need him, right? And you can't have small defensemen only. Look at the Oilers. They have some big. Ekholm is a good sized guy. Nurse is a good sized guy. Desjardins, good sized guy. Like these are the guys. They don't have smaller ones. The Tyson Berries are gone, right? On my NHL mode, I only got 6'4" taller. Exactly. Victor. Agreed. Trev, Z has built up his experience and will only get better now. Exactly. Brian says 5x5. I like it. Dreamer says sign Big Z and trade Hronek for a Todd Bertuzzi type winger and some picks. I would love that. That's a great idea. Next year, we have OEL's $4 million cap hit. We have to be prudent with the offers. I agree. I'm not saying open up the bank and give him whatever he wants, but could Washington's Capitals' John Carlson become a Vancouver Canuck? Is it actually possible to see Brent Burns come to Vancouver? I mean, how old are we talking here? Could be. You never know. And if it does, that'd be pretty awesome. Some of those guys. Some of them are too old. Yeah. I mean, if they're not ready, then you got to have someone who is ready. They got to win next year. They got to win games next year. You would take, a lot of people say they would take Myers back. Anderson, you want to keep Zadorov? I do too. He has shown he will play playoff hockey. Absolutely. The main reason I trade Hronek is his agent. I don't know. Just seems like a guy that would try to screw us over. Jack, that's funny, man. Random. Good to have you here. Canucks should qualify and trade Hronek if he's not willing to go down from $8 million, like the reports keep saying. I agree. Keep Zadorov, Joshua, and Lindholm. I don't mind that. Not necessarily July 1st, but they could make a big trade in June, draft time, and then sign the D, but we will see. That's a good point. And you want Myers to cheap too. Okay. I meant if we aren't willing to pay $8 million for Hronek and he wants to stay with the Canucks, at what price are we content to pay for him? 3, 4, 5, 6? That's a good question. That's a good question. The other question is, how was his production? It's a good question. We have 23 million. I heard that we had 30, but I need to find that out, Drew. I can hardly wait to watch my old teammate and captain Jamie Benn dismantle the Oilers. That would be great. That's awesome. You got to play with them. No more than Noah Hannafin for Hronek. How much is that? I forget what his number is. Wasn't it 5 something? Gensel is available if he's a UFA July 1st, and I don't think he will sign and re-sign in Carolina. I think he's going to re-sign there, but yeah, he didn't have a choice, right? Well, I mean, he did a bit. Oh, man, Gensel in Vancouver would be awesome. He's all right. But depends. Oh, Marchie is from Vegas, is what you're saying. Okay. Dude, I don't think any of those guys are coming. I mean, Gensel, maybe. That's the only one. I would love to sign Tanev. I think he's going to be more expensive. I'm still waiting for your stuff, man. I do know that they're the same. Okay. Okay, here's the thing, Wiggly. As good as Shilaw's played, we didn't have Demko. And we know that Demko's a better goalie. We know that. He's nominated for a Vezina. And then you have Brock Besser that missed Game 7. Who did the Oilers miss in Game 7? Tell me. Nobody. Everyone played for them. Everyone of significance. You're talking about 2 stars on our team. And we had a struggling Pettersson. And we still lost by 1 goal. I don't know. We're there. We're there. We're this close to going to be the top 4 in the NHL. This close. So if we can make some right tweaks, then we're good. Yeah. Right? Otherwise, yeah. So Winnipeg would be last of those 4. Yeah, I understand. I think a lot of people feel that way. One of my good friends just moved there. 2 of my good friends just moved there to Winnipeg. Edmonton's defense is overall 6-2. I know, but like, there's some big boys there. They didn't lose Demko and Besser. Yeah, exactly. I don't think we would have won the cup this year, but we would have come close. Yeah, exactly. All these bounces, right? But it is what it is. They beat us. Amar, I've been talking about this, trading Pettersson for a while. People got very angry. Now they're finally coming around and started talking to me about that. I would do Brady Tkachuk for Pettersson. That's my personal opinion. I like him a lot. I like his tenacity. I don't know if he'll ever have the scoring ability of Pettersson, but we'll see. Pettersson for Crosby would be a bad trade. But I would love Crosby here, and if that's what it meant, then maybe I'd do it. Yeah, I mean, that might be more good there, right? So, all right, so 5.4 times 5. I like that. Okay, for a 6 D-man like Zadorov, he's not a 6 D-man. I'd only pay. Okay, cool. That's just unrealistic. He's already getting paid $3.75 million, and he's already produced more than that. So, but that's good. That's what you would do. I just don't think it's realistic. I'm telling you right now, someone else is going to pay much more than that. Over double what you're asking right now. Yeah, they are. They are. My wife is trying to FaceTime me right now. This is crazy. FYI, OEL Caphead. I've got to take this. Oh, I just missed it. Shoot. I should text her right now. I'm just streaming, honey. Okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't say this. Oh, yeah, Capet is actually 2.3 next season. Okay. Yeah, the first 2 are not very good. Or sorry, the first 2 were very good. It's after that sucks. You know what? I don't mind that he has that opinion, Dell. I think it's unrealistic, but he's welcome to have that opinion. He's welcome to post that in here. But I understand it's like I don't think it's realistic at all. Brock should be back for next season. Yeah, he is. It's a 3 to 4 months recovery. So max, he'll be gone until November. That's fine. Hope he comes back and is fine. Don't pay anyone a ton of money. I'd rather cheap players. I mean, I want players that produce. I don't want to overpay anyone that doesn't. If I have no problem paying people that produce. Zero. JT Miller contract, awesome. Hughes contract, awesome. Demko contract, awesome. Like, guys, pay people who produce. I hate to say it because I believe Mikheyev will bounce back big time next season, but losing him would create some cap space. The only thing is it would be a buyout or a trade. I don't think anyone's trading for Mikheyev. So Brian says 24 times million. What? Then add 2.5 for Stir for Pullman. I don't understand, Brian, what you're saying. Please post that a little better. Drew, Hannafin is 7.35 for 8 years. I would hate that deal for Hronek. He's right here. We moved him last night, man. We moved him last night. If you were in the stream, you would have seen that, but maybe you were here and just forgot. So, yeah, it looks a little bare in here, hey? I've got some other things I want to put in there now. Maybe have Grogu somewhere else. Maybe I don't know. Do you guys, I mean, during the off season, do I still keep these up? I mean, they're so nice though. I love them. Okay. Okay. I could see Crosby coming in for a 1-year cup run at $1 million. I don't think so, but that would be awesome. Yeah, Crosby is unbelievable. To win the cup with the management he trusts. Okay. Canucks built a soft team of babies that are pushovers. That's why Demko and Besser are hurt. Wow. Even if they had Demko and Squeak by Edmonton, who cares? You tell me one person from the Edmonton Oilers actually on there that would say the Vancouver Canucks are a weak pushover baby team. Not one of those guys would say that. We almost beat them. we swept them in the regular season. We took them to 7 games. Like, yeah, does Pettersson fall over a lot? Yes. Is Höglander small? Yes. Plays rough, though. Garland plays way bigger than he is. Very hard to play against, right? Who are we talking about here? Those are the only, so you're talking about the 3 small. Hughes? He's not a pushover. I don't know. I think he plays the most minutes for us. I don't know. Yeah, PD has a no trade, no movement clause as of July 1st. I don't think they'll ever do it. Yeah, I don't think they'll trade him, but there is a window until then, right? And that's where all the rumors came with JT Miller last year. All right, Chris, good to see you, my friend. Realistic, we wouldn't want Crosby. I honestly think he's not going to move to another team or try to win another cup. Yeah, we understand that. We all watched it on home ice, which was a disgrace. They were nowhere near. At the end of the day, it was a 3-2. We got outplayed for most of the game. Correct. We went to 7, bro. We didn't get swept. We didn't lose. We only lost 1 game by a lot. Every game was close. And if you're going to praise Edmonton, then you got to give us credit. You got to put respect on this team's name, bro. This is not the Vancouver Canucks of the last 3-4 years. This is a totally different team, and they're going in the right direction. So I agree, Angelo. Sam Reinhart would be perfect for Pettersson. Yeah, he's 34. Yeah, exactly. Rather sign Big Z for that. Yeah, exactly. And Tanev's going to want to raise. That's just a fact. So, oh man, Nick, he was awesome. He still is awesome. Go Dallas or Florida. I said I picked Florida over Dallas. Okay, let the I want a big paycheck guys go. We didn't even make it out of the second round already. Only keep the guys that want to be here. I think there's a lot of guys that want to be here. As I said, I don't think Zadorov would accept that. Okay. Yeah, nobody's going to accept. Like Tyler Myers is probably not going to accept that. That's what I'm saying. It's too low, man. It's too low for anybody. Yeah, man. I'm just there. Okay, I'm starting to really. Is your setup in a little office shop? It's actually quite a big office, to be honest. This is just the corner of my good sized office. But yeah, I'm thinking about redesigning it for next season, but we'll see. I kind of like how it's set up right now. It's like nice and fresh and clean. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff going on right now because of the playoffs and all that stuff. But yeah, this is my office, man. Forrest jumped. Imagine saying Besser is a baby because he has a blood clot issue. No, I don't think he said that. Listen to their interviews. Man. Yeah, I think that we should have played better in Game 6 and Game 7. Yes. But the rest of the series we looked good, and 1 goal loss yesterday. 1 goal. So we can agree to disagree, brother. It's true. Grogu is getting fired, and he doesn't know it yet. Call HR. One of the casualties of the playoffs, I guess. Yeah. Not like he could control that. Yeah, Besser can't. Okay, Hughes is a pushover. Okay, it's fine. And soft. Okay, you can have that opinion. Super talented, elite, top 2 defensemen in the entire league as well. You forgot that part. Only Zadorov and Joshua are tough enough to handle the physical play of what they did in playoffs. Okay, so but you want to get rid of Zadorov. So why would you do that? Hey, we need this guy for the playoffs, but I'm not going to pay him. Come on. Sorry, I'm getting a little it just doesn't make sense when you don't make sense. Like you're contradicting yourself now. So you either want playoff players or you don't. But then you don't want him because you think he's a number 6 defenseman. He's not. He wasn't at the meetup. No. Hey, Coach Rob, really good to have you here. No movement. Okay, yeah. Interesting. It is not the same Canucks of the last 3 to 4 years, bro. It is not. It is not. I'm sorry. I just cannot agree with that statement right there. I cannot agree with that statement right there. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry about it actually at all. But I cannot agree with that statement. Not at all, man. Not at all. This is not the same team. This team is completely different, man. Yeah, and I agree. Joe, I don't know how you're going to deal with all this kind of stuff, but I saw a Vancouver team that fought until the end. I mean, I think that's what most people saw. They were passive in game 6 and 7, but came on the end and loved their effort. Yep. It never quit. Oh, what? For 2025? Interesting. I didn't know that. That's interesting. We need to pick up a Mad Dog. Okay. Isn't that what Zadorov is? Hughes most likely a Norris candidate this year. A reminder, friends, let's be realistic, not ridiculous. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Teams would kill to have Hughes. We're good. We're good, man. We're good. I don't think so here, man. Yeah. I know. I don't think you're going to win that bet. Mikheyev and draft pick to unload his salary. I don't want to do that either. I'll talk about that in a different. That's what we'd have to do to move him for sure. Yeah, minimum of second, but maybe a first. That's tough to lose the picks. How is Tocchet getting the best of the team if we have a power play? I agree. We have to fix the power play. I think getting a winger like we're talking about is going to help that. Marianne, good to see you. Why do you think the Canucks have been so hot and cold? Fatigue? I don't understand. I think it's a league of parity. Personally, I think there's other good teams. Edmonton's a good team. They're a good team. They're top 4 in the whole NHL. That's who we lost to. So maybe they go to the finals. Maybe they win it all. So I don't think it's just like Vancouver, what's wrong with you guys? I do think it's like, wow, there's some good teams and we found ways to win. So I like it. Good night, Dreamer. Yeah, go sign Big Z. Let's do it. And Nick, you might not be wrong on that. If he has another poor year, I think we need to move him before that date. We can't risk being stuck with that contract for 8 years. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, we can get past Cole. Yeah, Dallas Stars blueprint's pretty good. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to call it a night. It's been an hour. I was only going to stream for about half an hour tonight. I have so many awesome people here. I just want to say to everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. Everyone, even with people like Wiggly that I don't agree with at this moment, we can agree to disagree. But Canucks were top 5 in the NHL based on where they finished. That's true. It's true. Hey, Swag, good to see you. If we had Tanny instead of Ian Cole, we would have won that series. That's very possible. Oilers are the weakest of the remaining 4. Might be, Kevin. We're going to find out. Canucks had a hell of a year. This management team knows their stuff. I agree. Callum, we said that we're going to need a ton of talk at Big Summer. We're going to need a ton of talk at Big Summers, okay? And then Bradley, good to see you. Now, better late than never, but good to have you here, man. All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Like Personalized says, hit that like and subscribe before you go. Let's get some going. I'm still here. The season's over. I'm still making content. So thank you, everyone, for coming by. I appreciate each one of you. And we're calling it a night. And, of course, even though we lost, I'm just going to keep cheering on this team, everyone. And we're going to keep saying, go Canucks, go.